designer of the game, Grand Poobah of all of the Eastern Kingdoms of the North.
So we only have one microphone, so we can't run through the crowd making people feel awkward. So instead, if you have a question you want to ask these guys, just raise your hand, and I'll call on you, I guess, is probably the easiest way to do it. Bear in mind that, you guys know which questions we're not going to be able to answer, so... What's the most important question in everyone's mind right now? Is there story? There is story in the Old Republic. This is 2011. 2011, get that out of the way. Let's move on to some other questions. Question, raise your hand. Guys, no shouting. Just raise your hand, and we will find someone.
So I was talking with about the potential for things like maybe changing armor color, but I was wondering if you guys have considered how things like a guild pack or really goofy armor colors might break immersion towards in-game. Like a player could be running, a really epic world story quest, and then look over and they see a guy from like a guild. These are the droids.
The question was, can we, it's sort of touching on like how much can we customize what we look like, how much does somebody who comes out and like has their trade a little bit of mismatched stuff and they've got all their, because they're trying to make the best gear, and how much does that break immersion? There are times that we just go ahead and err on the side of gameplay, and that's most of the time. And when it comes down to that, because the thing is, we can't stop people from looking ridiculous anyway. In fact, a very large, happy minority of people will try to look as ridiculous as possible, probably pantsless, and be dancing in front of you no matter what you do. Yeah, somebody tried to run through all 5 naked, so, Did you win? Oh, okay, 2 stands of victory won. That's victory dance. That makes sense. The point is, for gear, we've always decided people are driven by gear. They want to get the best stuff. They want to put stuff together. They want to collect stuff. They want to get the stuff. If we give them everything they want right out of the box, they stop wanting. So we keep the drive in there. So you're going to have some people looking kind of goofy, and you just get to make fun of them, which should make them go get better gear.
Actually, for a little while, we still have the functionality. We have the functionality in the game to adjust what your character looks like when you put on armor. So you could, for example, as a Jedi Knight, find trooper armor, put it on, and then it would actually look like Jedi Knight armor. And the feedback we got was that people didn't like that. It did make Jedi Knights all look like Jedi Knights, but sometimes a person like Amanda, like what Daniel was done, they want to look like a trooper. So we're letting that happen. But one thing that we have done, have implemented, is what's the technology called that the artists have for making sure the color sharing? Yeah, color matching. We have a tech that's called color matching, so that when you get, for example, as a trooper, if you get all your armor together and some of the top armor is green and some of the bottom armor is red, the color matching will actually make it match together, so you look a lot better. So that's one way to do it.
Unless you don't want to. If you want to look ridiculous, you just turn it off. We've seen some pretty crazy ones off. That makes sense. I actually filed the bug because I didn't know we had turned it off. See, this is what I'm talking about for testing. So this is the things we do, right? Like, I don't want Jedis looking like troopers. I don't like it. And guess what? Testers did, so I lose. That's the way it works. I just filed a bug the other day because somebody came up as a Sith warrior, and behind them was Vet, dressed as a Grand Moff of the Empire.
So right now, and this is something that can change with testing and feedback, but right now we're aiming to not allow companions into endgame raids and flashpoints, or into... We're also, we're not going to, right now we're currently not allowing them to war zones. One of the big reasons is that these kind of activities, raids and flashpoints and war zones, they're all very much about player skill, and the the difference between losing and victory is so slim that when something goes wrong, you want it to be the player's fault, not the fact that the companion character's AI was like 2 seconds too slow. It's the reason why like hunters aren't very popular with their pets and World of Warcraft raids. It's very difficult to create. Well, actually, currently, it's impossible to create an AI that's as good as a player. And I don't know when there'll be AIs that can play. Yes. Yes. My mom on there, you might have a different story. That's true.
Yeah, earlier we were talking about the group dialogue and last Q&A, and you said whoever wins the dice roll decides a story for the group. Are you able to replay those story elements to change the story for your character?
It depends which one. So, okay, first of all, I need to call this out, and I'm sorry, it's going to go slow. But so you guys know, so this beautiful couple came on their honeymoon to PAX. Apparently her idea, so boys, die of jealousy. So, flashpoints are replayable. The other content is not replayable. There is definitely some risk of playing with other humans, much like in real life. Other people that you are nearby may do things you do not like. So yes, you're going to get the light side or dark side points of what you chose, but they might win the decision. Everybody might go evil, and they might kill a guy, and you might feel very sad. But flashpoints aside, that guy is dead. And in fact, you were part of the group that killed them, whether or not you wanted to, and if that guy's family comes after you, the option of, hey, I totally voted the other way. Not very good.
He's stretching up really high.
I know flashpoints are going to be 4 players. What is your raid composition?
Oh, you have to ask about raid.
That question is will there be Gungans more than 4, less than the people in the room?
Are most of the dungeons going to be like for all 5 instances, or they're going to be open world kind of dungeons areas? A flashpoint kind of.
Well, flashpoints have to be instanced by their very nature. That's what a flashpoint is an instance thing. There are, however, some great open world heroic quests that take a full party, that keep you out in the open world, and that are pretty really nasty slogs.
What about that thing?
People seen them, so it's popped out. So the other one that's just made in there is we do have world bosses now, is what we're calling them, which is basically just thunderous, huge robot of doom that's stomping around Nar Shaddaa that needs a full party plus. So out in the open world, there are some really nasties that really, if you want to you better get some cooperation. Yeah, so you guys probably saw from the game trailer the Rancor there, which in the game trailer, very nicely, there are 2 people aiming at it. Those 2 people are dead.
Hey guys, I'm sorry we can't take more questions. We'd love to, but as we've only got an hour. So what we're going to do is give away some kind of cool swag. Someone dropped a parking card for the Colonnade Hotel or room. I don't know what this is. Has anyone lost this? Who's staying at the Colonnade?
This
guy there?
Right here with the parking lot. It might be mine.
Yep, that's you. Is that you?
You win a parking card.
Okay. So this one here, thanks. So am I right in thinking the only person in costume right here is Princess Leia? Everyone else in costume, just Princess Leia? Yeah, the rest of
Partial costume.
Jedi.
Partial.
My man is So what we did was we basically asked the artists in the studio to pick like their favorite pieces of art. We got five printed up. What?
5. 3.
I'm sorry, yes. We got 5 printed up, but we're only going to be giving 2 away to you guys because we have another group outside, sorry.
While all the food passed by then, and while all of you went in.
poster size. There is literally only one print of these in the world.
And we have them signed by the artist.
With them signed by this is Julie Lightbringers, you probably recognize. By Paul Allen. There you go. One of a kind. There you go now. There you go. Take that, enjoy. And the other one we're giving away, when we decided to put each other together, was who queued the longest. So you're getting a poster too.
I'm Italian, I can't help it.
This is an image by Ryan Denning, and it is a Republic capital ship. No, this is not a hint at any potential future glorious water.
Alright, so we're going to do tour trivia, and we're going to start with the hard. See who there's a lot of people here who've been paying attention to timelines and all that stuff. Alright, so the modern Sith Emperor, I'm not going to ask you who he is, that would be the most hilarious question. The modern Sith Emperor stepped in and took over the Sith and took them out into deep space. And don't shout out, obviously, because I assume, how are you going to do this? Yes, you're going to stick a hand out. So the modern Sith Emperor stepped in and took over the Empire when what Sith Lord fled at the end of the Hyperspace War? Not Professor Walsh. Naga Sadao is correct. Alright, we'll go a little bit easier there. So, I totally forgot.
Nice. C.
So I want to know who traveled to PAX from the farthest distance. North Dakota. I'm thinking about hands in the air if you came here from a different country. Where do you guys come from? Canada? Seriously, guys, did I have any advice from Canada? Any family in Canada? Norway. This is Norway. Please step up.
This is probably even harder, but it's one of my personal favorites. Under the things that the editor should have caught, back from the original KOTOR. So there is a duelist on Terrace that you have to fight if you go the route through the things. Hey, raise hands. His first name is Gurlon. What is his last name? No.
Three fingers?
Incorrect. Yes, he was in fact released through the game, and nobody caught it because they did not read it out loud as "Girl on Two Fingers."
Guys, I can't believe it's been an hour. It has been an hour. I'm really sorry that we couldn't make this longer, but you can see that we want to be nice to people outside. So, pretty much tradition, if you could finish your drinks up and then file through the exit over there. We have a bunch of posters on the table over there. We have a bunch of t-shirts. We're going to have a t-shirt today. Get a t-shirt. I'm going to send down